Welcome. In this video I just want to show you how to perform a face recognition search using the new web link feature, which is part of the Freedom Client version 3.6. Now this is one video in a series of videos covering AI features on the Omega products using the web link feature. Now to use this feature you do require compatible hardware, so you require an Omega AI recorder to use this feature. And you also require the Freedom Client version 3.6 or higher, and you require the Internet Explorer web browser. You do need to initially install an ActiveX plugin for the web browser, which does require administration rights. I'll cover the basic ActiveX installation later on in this video. Okay, so let's start with what is face recognition. So face recognition allows us to compare a image captured on a CCTV camera that's been configured for face recognition with either a face image in an existing database or a face image that you have on the fly uploaded to the system. So it's comparing one face to another and seeing if they match, if they're close to identical. You can have multiple databases, and those databases can serve different purposes. For example, you may have a database of staff members, and you may have a database of band people or patrons, and you also may have a database of VIP people you wish to have in a particular database. They can actually, you can get certain types of alarms, although not applicable to this search, but you can get certain types of alarms based on if a certain person's face is recognized from a particular database. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, we can start to do a face recognition search. So I've currently got the Freedom Client version 3.6 open, and if we look over on the right hand side in the camera list, we've got a device called W01 AI Search. Just to clarify what the naming convention is, the W is for web link, and the 01 is the recorder number. You may have multiple recorders. So in this case, this web link is coming from recorder 1, 01. If it was coming from recorder 2, I'd call it W02. So that's the naming convention. And to open the web search, we simply double click on the text link, and that opens a browser, and I have maximized it. And then we enter our username and password. I'm using a limited account. Then we click login. Okay, then we get this screen here with these three items. We need to click the AI video query option here in the middle. And then we've got the AI search options. Now we need to select face recognition. By default it'll always open on face detection, but in this case we want face recognition. So I'll click on that, so it's highlighted. Now there are two options for face recognition search by attributes and search by picture. We recommend the search by picture option because the search by attributes simply doesn't work that well at this point in time, so we don't recommend it. So I'm going to select search by picture, and now we need to provide our image. Now there are two options here. You can select from an existing database or upload your own face image. I'll show you both methods. So you can search up to 30 pictures at a time. So I'm going to click on the face database option here. Now with the default all selected, that will search for through all my databases of existing faces. So if I click on search over here, that will bring up all the associated images in my database. I've currently obfuscated some of these images just for privacy. And if you look at the name, they are de-identified to as opposed to the real person's name. So I can also select for a specific database, for example the VIP, and click on the search again. And let's say I wanted to search any video with this individual inside it that's been configured for face recognition. So I've selected the image, it's got a blue box around it. I'm going to go OK, and you should see the image appear here. You can select up to 30 images for this type of search. So once we've selected our images from the existing database, we need to select our face recognition channel. In my case it's 9, and then we need to select a time range. Now there is a limit. You can only go back 7 days for this type of search on this these types of systems. So let's say I'm just going to go back a few more days, and I clicked on search. So in that time period, this individual has been captured twice, what it thinks, one with a 98% probability and one with an 86% probability. Obviously wearing a mask does reduce face recognition accuracy, of course. So that's how you would search, and the video will appear over here and you can play it. If I click on play, double click to go full screen if you wish. And to get out of full screen, you can double click again. That will exit full screen. And then when we finish with that, we can actually click on the X here, and it goes back to this. So that's one method, using an image from an existing database. Now I'll show you how to use your own image if you wish. So I'm going to remove this individual. I'm actually going to use the same picture, but a different method. So I've plugged in a USB stick with an image on it, and I'm going to this time click the local upload option and select my image. In my case it's actually this, so I stick, highlight the image, open, and there my image appears. And again we select the face recognition channel, in my case it's that, and our time period, and again we click on a search. And again we get the same too, because I'm using the same image. But that's how you select an image. You might have law enforcement might come in with a particular image that they may wish you to search for, or you may have an image from another CCTV camera or another source. That's how you can search your own, using your own images to upload to the system. I'm going to now close it. And that's basically how you search for images. And I'm going to close it again. And I can actually log out at this point if I wish, by clicking this and selecting log out. OK. And I can close the browser. And that's basically it. OK, that covers the main part of the video. Now what follows next is just a brief overview of setting up Internet Explorer for the first time. So you don't have to watch this if you don't want to set it up. Now when the very first time you open Internet Explorer, you do have to configure 2 items at least. So I'll just quickly show you how to do this. So up the top right, we click on the cog symbol. Then we select Internet Options. Then I'm going to click on the Security tab. Then down the bottom here we've got Custom Level. I'll click on that. Now I'm going to scroll down about 3 full pages. 1, 2, 3. And the 2 items we need to change is this one here, Download Unsigned ActiveX Controls. I'm going to change that from Disable to Prompt. And Initialize and Script ActiveX Controls not marked as safe. I'm going to change that from Disable to Prompt. And I'm going to click OK. Yes, I want to change. Now we can log into our web page using your login credentials, of course. And down the bottom here, we need to click on this Allow option here. And then we need to log in again. Now again, because this is the very first time I've used this interface, I need to install the ActiveX plugin. So I'm going to click on here to download. And down the bottom here, it's asking me, do you want to run? Yes, I do. And I'm going to click run again. Now if this comes up, sometimes what you need to do is actually close your Internet Explorer and click on retry. And that's installed. Now I'm going to have to open it again. And now we don't see that install, which means the ActiveX plugin is installed. Now, just a few final tips before I wrap up this video. If you ever find the interface frozen or unresponsive, you can try pressing the F5 key on the keyboard. That sometimes brings it back. Otherwise, you may need to close the browser and reopen it. Okay, that wraps up the video. Thanks for watching.